Hi, I'm Corrina Gordon-Barnes, here to help you find peace and connection in any relationship that matters to you. Now, why is it so hard to get on with our in-laws? This is an age-old question. And for you, this might be a parent-in-law, it might be a sister or a brother-in-law, or perhaps someone in the extended family that you find it really hard to get on with. So a cousin, a niece, nephew, or a stepchild. Why is it so hard? So obviously there's a general answer, which is that we didn't choose these people to have them in our life. They may be very different from us, and we have to spend extended periods of time with them. But this can't be the only answer, because you probably know some people who get on really well with their in-laws, even if they're very different. So what's really going on? Well, if you have a really challenging time with your in-laws, there's probably something that in-law has said or done. And you might be thinking, well, yeah, that is very clear. And there's a very specific and hurtful moment that you can identify, a specific big fallout or a moment that really hurt, and you could go there straight away. You could tell someone, yeah, that was the moment. So perhaps it was the moment that you met your mother-in-law and she just looked you up and down really disapprovingly, and it's very, very clear that was the moment. But what about for you if that wasn't the case, if there was no specific fallout, there was no big moment that you can identify? So someone would say to you, why don't you get on? And you can't really pinpoint why. You can't point to a specific situation, but you certainly can tell them, we don't get on, or I just don't like to be near them. I feel really irritated, I feel on guard, or I just feel ill at ease when I'm with them. And when you're in that situation, it can feel very powerless. You can feel very trapped and hopeless, because it's like, well, this is just not a relationship that works. It's a challenging relationship, nothing specific. We just don't get on. And there can be a sense that there's no hope really of it therefore being resolved. But I believe that there is hope. I believe that there is hope in any relationship where there's challenge. And there's hope because the work that I do, we deal with moments. And sometimes those moments are so tiny that we could just miss them. So tiny, but they set up like hairline fractures in the relationship. So a moment like that moment 5 years ago when you were in the car with your sister-in-law and she made that throwaway comment, or that moment at the family dinner when your father-in-law served everyone else before you. Tiny, tiny moments, so tiny that you could have blinked and missed that moment, but you didn't. You didn't miss that moment. You registered that moment. It perhaps felt so tiny that it was kind of insignificant and not worth really dealing with, but it was there. And these little tiny moments, they layer on each other. And these hairline fractures, then, they get this extra weight loaded on them. So perhaps children come along, perhaps there are financial issues, perhaps there's ill health. And eventually and gradually, that relationship just erodes. It just declines. So there is hope because you can go back and you can actually identify those tiny moments, like a detective looking. What was that? Oh yeah, that moment. That tiny, really that's not, take that moment. Identify those moments. Okay, make a list. These were the moments, these are where certain stories got born about this person, about how they saw me, how I saw them. Identify those moments and commit to unpicking those moments, unpicking the stories, what you made those moments mean, what you made those moments mean about you. And this is where hope comes. And if you want help with this, if you want help with identifying and then unpicking those stories, get in touch. This is the work that I do. Often people bring their in-law relationships to me for that relationship coaching. If you found this video really useful, please share this with everyone you know, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and come over to CorrinaGordonBarnes.com and sign up for email updates.